Jim Hammond. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri.
Jim, could you tell us a little bit about your life? What was your life before MS? And tell us a little bit about your finding out about it and what followed after that.
Well, life before MS, I was a pretty athletic person. You know, I did a lot more sports and whatnot. I was unable. It was like 1996. I had to go on disability. I was unable to work. So that's.
What was that like back then? Whenever you were still working, and what were you experiencing physically at that time?
I was experiencing like weakness in my legs, fatigue, just numbness and tingling, some pain. It gradually got worse over time. I was actually kind of relieved at first because I thought I had like a spinal tumor or something, but I couldn't tell what I was feeling like. Oh, the MS. I didn't really know too much about it, but I didn't think it killed me. So in a way, I was kind of glad to hear that. But no, I just started gradually getting worse over time, and the medicines they were giving me just weren't working at all.
Tell me a little bit about your symptoms. What kind of problems that you were encountering? You said you had weakness in your legs?
Weakness, balance problems, fatigue really bad, double vision.
Really?
Right. Depression.
So, following that time, you were forced to have to go on disability then?
Yes.
Okay. What kind of medicines did the doctor have you on?
Baclofen. It's just something that's supposed to control your legs from spasming, which they do sometimes, which they do now. But it didn't really work, to tell you the truth.
It didn't work very well.
No.
And
then if you get really sick, they put you on a steroid, prednisone, which is great, but you can't. If you took it over a long time, it would thin your bones and all kinds of things. So that's not any good either. It's only for. Geez, I was living in Michigan at the time, and I was just talking to people, and some other people with MS, and they said, "Have you ever tried cannabis?" I'm like, well, I smoked recreationally before I had MS, so it just made me feel good then, but for different reasons. But I remember one time I was living in Michigan, and I smoked a joint, and my wife wanted me to go to the store, which was like, it was pretty close. I was like 200 yards away. I was having some trouble walking in there normally, but I smoked that joint, and then I was like, wow, I could do this again. So,
you could walk then better.
a lot better. And I was like, oh, if I was just like freed up or something. So I was like, wow, this must be work medicinally also.
And so, how long have you been using cannabis medicinally?
For 12 years.
What has been your experience now that you have taken it for an extended period of time? What has been your experience with using cannabis over, say, regular pharmaceuticals?
I find it doesn't have the bad side effects that the pharmaceutical things have. It actually works.
So you are actually feeling some relief?
Yeah, I know it'll never cure it, but it does help with the symptoms.
Tell me about how it benefits you.
Since after I smoke, if I can stand a little bit, if I'm holding against the wall, my legs, everything feels stronger. The symptoms seem to go away. Numbness, I might have a tingling, that seems to subside.
What has it been like for you as being a cannabis patient in a state where it's not legal?
It just makes you feel like a criminal. Just because you have to use to make you feel better.
And you are treated like a criminal too, aren't you?
Oh, sure.
You were arrested once?
Yeah, it was growing, and I got arrested for that. got 30 days and 5 years probation for.
Okay. And you were growing these plants for yourself, for medicine?
Yes.
What did the police do? They came in and what happened?
I just came in and they smelled it and they just started looking around and found the grow room and asked me for the key to get in. I wouldn't give it to them, so they just took a screwdriver with them and screwed it and got in there.
Took everything that you had.
Oh yeah, and I didn't have a bank account at the time. I had just gotten paid for my disability, and I didn't have a bank. I kept the money under my mattress.
Mm-hmm.
So I could hear them searching the house. Oh, we got money. So they took my money that I had, which was probably had at least $500.
Right.
And I never did ever give it back.
They didn't give you any of the money back?
No.
You don't realize how devastating it is to take your money and your meds from a patient, from somebody who's disabled.
I mean, they never charged me for selling, so I don't know why they get to take my money or anything else for that matter. I'm sure if my house was paid off, they would have probably tried to take that. Maybe that's why they didn't take the house. Whatever it's also.
Statistics don't mean very much when you're talking to a politician or average person out on the street, but the importance of these videos is that it gives people an opportunity to see somebody real, a real person, and hear that person talking about how cannabis has benefited their lives. Because the unfortunate thing is, too many of our population, unless they have been devastated by illness, just like yourself, they don't understand what that experience is like. They don't understand how a person's life can be completely changed, because of illness. And not only that, but as we kind of fall off into the realm of the disabled, we kind of lose our voice as well, as far as in the public's concerned, we become invisible, you could say. You understand kind of where I'm coming from when I say that. You see, so that's why it's really important that the public sees your face and hears you talk about your experiences and stuff, and where you've been, what this life's journey has been like for you. You mentioned before about side effects. What kind of side effects did you have on pharmaceuticals?
It just make you feel like you're just played out, and just make you tired. Just make you more tired on top of being tired to begin with. Drying out. There's all sorts of different symptoms. It's just none of them were good.
And when you're taking cannabis, when you're using cannabis, how do you feel then?
You feel better because your symptoms are gone. You feel like you did, not exactly like you were before you had MS, but as close as you're probably gonna get. You're free of these things that are always annoying you, and it's finally gone. It's just a lot of energy just to deal with it. Just not having to take up energy trying to get through it. That's probably why you'll have more energy to do it right there.
So you have a better quality of life?
Oh, for sure, undoubtedly.
Excellent. Pretty cool. Leave it at that.